Your mental health is holding you back from who you really want to be. And now I would know I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder originally back in 2015, didn't take it seriously, and then was re-diagnosed in 2019. Since then, I've been working on my mental health, trying to figure out life, and it's led me on a lot of uphill battles. It has not been fun at all, don't get me wrong, but here I am at the end of 2024 and I can say I'm the most stable as I have ever been. And today I'm gonna share with you exactly how you can do the same thing. Today we're gonna be talking about my best suggestions for the best habits to get your mental health in the place that you really want it to be so that you can become exactly who you want to be. Now don't forget to like and subscribe because this is part one of a 4-part series where we're gonna be diving into my best tips for mental health and how you can really become who you want to be for good. My first piece of advice, you might not like it, but you're gonna need to get sober. Getting sober is what changed the game for me. I had been working on my mental health for years at this point, and then come 2023, the beginning in February, I got sober. I cut out everything. I got sober from absolutely everything, and it changed my life. I was officially able to stop numbing myself and really figure out who I was, and it changed the game for me. I cannot recommend getting sober enough. Not only does it offer mental clarity, but you can finally figure out what it is in life that's been holding you back because for so long you've been numbing everything. And even if you didn't think so, I didn't consider myself an alcoholic until I quit drinking and I realized I had been numbing so many parts of myself and from so many situations that I then needed to confront to move forward. When it comes to getting sober, I suggest blocking yourself out from everything. I stopped going out with friends. I stopped hanging out with friends who really only partook in activities that I no longer wanted to partake in. And the best suggestion is just taking it day by day. When I quit drinking and smoking and everything, I did it day by day. I didn't even plan on getting sober in the beginning. It was just to quit drinking because my rock bottom was one night I was so depressed. I was so down. I was drinking myself into a coma. And I needed to leave the house and realized I couldn't. And so I decided I would stop drinking and just see how it goes. And that led me to the best mental health of my life. Now, number 2 will be getting outside. And I know everybody suggests this, but it doesn't have to be some grand adventure. For me, it's sitting on my patio for at least 5 minutes a day. It's just sitting there. I don't take my phone. If I take my phone, I'm journaling on it. And that's another step we're gonna get to. But my best advice for this is to just go outside. Watch the sunset. There were so many points in my life. My kids make jokes about it that I love the sunset. I'm outside almost every single night, no matter what, to just be outside and be in the moment. And if you're not familiar with mindfulness, which it might not be for everybody, but it's definitely helped me, this is a great time to practice mindfulness as well because you can just be outside without your phone, without electronics, maybe your journal, whatever you want it to be. It can just be you in a blanket. It can just be you outside enjoying the moment. And you can build that into something. After I got comfortable being outside and comfortable on my journey, I started daily walks. I can't recommend daily walks enough, but I know not everybody can do that. Not everybody honestly wants to do that, and that's fine. But getting outside for me drastically improves my mental health. There is a major shift in the day itself if I don't get that outside time. Can't recommend it enough. Now, number 3 for you today is use meditation. I know this, again, might not be for everybody, but there are so many different types of meditation out there, stuff that you might not have even thought of. I personally am not big on the whole lay in bed and meditate or even practicing the mindfulness meditation throughout the day. That's not really my vibe, but I love a good sleep meditation. I'm gonna link in the bio my favorite YouTube channel for sleep meditations. They get me to sleep anytime I use them. The voices are so comforting. It's so nice. It has honestly changed my life. My therapist recommended them back in 2020 and I was so iffy on them. I was like, I don't really want to do this. But taking that shift and starting that and starting it at night, I struggle with nighttime anxiety really bad. And so getting out of my head and using that YouTube channel has really helped. There's also apps like you can use Calm, you can use Headspace. There are a lot of different apps out there. I recommend Calm and Headspace the most. Those are the ones that I'm familiar with, but for free, you can use that YouTube channel and they have so many sleep meditations. I'll link a few of my favorites down below. Now, number 4, I said we were gonna get to it, but practicing mindfulness. This is another thing. You might not think it's for you, but you can add it into your life any way that works for you. It doesn't have to be some grand venture of a specific 10-minute block during your day. It can be as little as taking the time when you drink your coffee to stay off your phone and just be in the moment and enjoy your coffee. It can just be as little as that. It can be enjoying your meals, like actually getting involved in the cooking process or eating it versus scarfing it all down. You can really enjoy your meal. And that's something that's helped me, is be in the moment that way, and practicing these things to get me in the moment has helped me really sit with myself. And not only does that help with my anxiety, but it helps with my peace throughout the day. I can confidently say that I have found peace that nobody can take away from me at this point in my life because of the things that I'm sharing with you today. Now, number 5, you're not gonna like this, but you need to cut out those bad habits and set some boundaries, not necessarily with other people, but with yourself. For me, that was cutting out social media. I wasn't on social media for a good year and a half, and this used to be my career, but I dropped it because I had such a bad relationship with it. It was not healthy. It was not good for anything. All it did was lead me down constant rabbit holes. I was in depression all the time from just stuff I would see on social media, because as we all know, TikTok likes to push things. So when I was going through a breakup, it pushed all of these breakup videos and it just made me sadder. And it does that for anything. And I feel like that's just social media as a whole. It can just really put you down if you are not there, if you are not present, if you are not taking care of yourself. I cannot recommend enough taking a social media break. If that's just for you cutting it out before bed, which again, highly recommend, no longer doom scrolling in bed. That changed my life as well. I actually sleep now. But it can be little things. It can just be taking a day off of social media a week. I used to have no social media Sundays, and I have built a better relationship now where I can be on social media and it's not some brain-sucking thing in my life. I can do it intentionally and I'm fine with it. But it really took me stepping back from social media to get to that point and to let go of negativity, let go of all that stuff. Unfollow, hit that damn unfollow button or block. If you come across videos that you don't like, you pay for your internet. You pay for your phone. You don't have to absorb this information. You don't have to see their faces. You don't have to see their content. You can unfollow. You can block. Nobody's opinion matters when it comes to that other than your own. If it is not benefiting you, let it go. Number 6 is one that you're gonna like, and that is to add in something you like, something you love every single day. And this might not be some giant thing. This could be treating yourself to that coffee and letting go of the guilt of it, because it honestly gets you through that work day. If this gets you through and brightens your day in the tiniest bit, in my opinion, it's worth it. It's worth budgeting into your budget if something like a coffee before work to have throughout the day helps. It can be bigger things. It can be enjoying your hobbies every single day. Something to get you by, something to look forward to. That is what's going to drastically improve your mental health, is having something to look forward to. And I personally made a list. I made something called a happy list for myself. I think now they're calling it different things now, but I just call it a happy list. And it is a piece of paper packed with more than 100 things that make me happy. And I try to include one of those things every single day. Even if it's just listening to my favorite album, listening and jamming out to my favorite album while I work, that brightens my day. Listening to it in the car, listening to a podcast, baking something, whatever it is that brings you joy, make a little happy list for yourself and start enjoying bits of your day. You don't have to drag by. You don't have to let the entire day suck. You don't have to let the week suck. You can do things for yourself. I remember what got me into this was I saw someone on TikTok years ago, and she started doing a hobby every single day. She started doing a new hobby every single day that she enjoyed. And I remember her first video was taking herself on a beach date after work. She started going to the beach after work and she painted. And I remember just feeling like, wow, I could do that. I could make my days better. It's actually fairly simple to make your day better and to intentionally do it. And I can't recommend it enough. All of these tips, they really help, but starting to enjoy your life, that is what's gonna really change the game for you. Once you are enjoying your life, you've made it. You'll find peace. You'll find that clarity. You'll find yourself by doing all of these different things. So get out there, plan one thing every single day, one thing that you enjoy, that you can't get enough of. Build from there. Start planning something on your weekend. If you are a homebody, plan something at home. It doesn't have to be going out with friends like all their extroverts say. I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. And For me, setting aside, even just chilling out on the couch a rot day on the weekend, or even just rot time if I don't have the actual day for it, to doom scroll, have the TV on, have my snacks, that is something that I can look forward to and work through my week for. So there you go. There's my long tangent about that. I'm editing right now and I totally forgot number 7, and now I'm kind of embarrassed, but this is my first video, so give me a break. But number 7 is building in good morning and night routines. They are going to transform your life. They're going to start your day off right and end your day off right. Now, these morning routines can be anything that works for you. Same goes for the evening routines. You can work these in however they work for you. For example, my morning routine is I chill out. I used to not be on my phone in the morning, but I've decided that I want a little bit of relaxation time in the morning. And so I scroll on my phone for about 10 minutes and just check notifications, do my thing, relax while I get up, I do coffee, I start the day, I do my morning workout, whatever that might be, and I sit outside, and that's the start of my day, and that's what I enjoy, and that's what starts my day off right. But you can do whatever it is that works for you. Find something that works and just do it every single day. It's going to benefit you. Same goes for a nighttime routine. This is really helpful and something that I struggled with a lot in the beginning because I would just go to bed. I would just get up from the couch or whatever I was doing and go to bed. But doing something intentionally before bed really helps. For example, I take nighttime medication. So I have my nighttime medication. I usually have some kind of drink, hot chocolate, something like that for bedtime. I'm doing keto at this point, so I haven't found a hot chocolate that I can have, but that was really helpful. Just doing something at night that transitions you into sleep. Also, cutting off social media at bedtime. I know everybody loves a good doom scroll before bed. Set a timer for yourself. Don't just let yourself doom scroll until your eyes are glazing over. Read, do a nighttime meditation like I suggested before, something to help you transition into sleep, and you will sleep so much better. Number 8, this one is for the girlies who take medicine, okay? If you have your medicines that get you by, something that your doctor has recommended, take them at the same time every single day. I know that can be daunting at first, but trust me, it will improve your mental health. Something, I don't know the science. I don't know the science behind it, but once I started taking my meds about the same times every single day, it drastically improved how they worked for me. They started working better and more effective, and they were more effective for me. I don't know, again, I don't know the science behind it, but that helped drastically. I take my morning meds with my coffee every single day, and then I take them at night right before bed every single day. And with that, I have my schedules as well, but taking them before bed really helps for me. Whatever your med schedule is, find a schedule that works for you and take them at those same times every single day. Now, here's a tip. If you forget to take your meds, I was that girl that was forgetting her meds, and come 4 o'clock, I was so cloudy. If I haven't had my meds by 2, 3 p.m., my brain starts getting cloudy, I can't think, and I get really jittery, and that's when I know I forgot my meds. So to start remembering to take my meds, and this might be a little ADHD trick here, I would put my meds in my coffee cup for the next day, and that would help me remember to take them, because I knew every single day I would be drinking that coffee, because I will never forget my coffee in the morning. I might forget my meds, but I won't forget my coffee. And having it with my coffee cup helped me remember every single morning. And then at night, I had my meds by my nightstand. And so when I would charge my watch, my meds would be right there. And so that's what helped me. So doing something like that for yourself could help you remember those meds. And I know some people recommend timers. I could never do timers because I would see it on my phone, but I wouldn't be by my meds. And so I'd be like, I'll finish this task and then I'll go take my meds. No, that would never happen. Never worked. Do it with something functional, like drinking your coffee in the morning, whatever it is. If you have your greens, if you have your collagen, whatever it is, put your meds with it and you will start remembering to take your meds. Now, number 9, we are going to listen to our therapist or your doctor or whoever is giving you advice. You need to listen to them. And that's what was life-changing for me, actually starting to listen and take in what my therapist would say, because I used to use it as just a dumping session, and I would just take whatever she said and be okay. She'd give me homework and I would not do it. I would completely forget, first off, and sometimes not even intentionally not do it, but I would just not do it. And then I'd go back and I wouldn't have learned anything. I wouldn't have done anything. And then it was also kind of embarrassing going into therapy and I had this quote unquote homework to do, but I didn't actually do it. So something that really helped me was putting my therapist's words into action. And so that's like that meditation I mentioned earlier. She never shut up about meditation. This was back in 2020. She never shut up about it. And so I was like, fine, I will do it, and you know what? It helped me sleep. It helped me work through that nighttime anxiety. And now I still struggle with nighttime anxiety, but the nighttime meditations they actually help me get through. And so much. I could do a whole video on all the things that I have learned from my therapist that I have inputted in my life. She's also the reason I got sober. I tried many times to get sober before I actually did it for good. And now I'm 22 months sober. I didn't mention that earlier, but I'm really proud of myself. Coming up on 2 years, very excited. But she's the reason I got sober, because one time I had a 2-week-long depressive episode and I was struggling so hard. That week I had 2 sessions with her because I was just struggling, okay? I was not okay in the slightest. And therapists can't really point out what to do or what's wrong. They just kind of word around it a bit. But she got it through to me that my drinking was leading to those depressive episodes. And so I started paying attention to it, and it's true. After I had a few drinks, maybe a few days in a row, sometimes it wasn't every single day, but if it was a few days in a row or I was getting drunk or anything like that, I would have a major depressive episode for 2 to 3 weeks. And it was terrible. It took over my life. I was miserable for those 2 weeks. And it took multiple tries of getting sober to really hear her and do this for myself. And now I can't recommend it enough. I don't shut up about how people should get sober to really save themselves in life. And so I can't recommend enough. If you've never been to therapy, follow some therapists on TikTok, follow some therapists on YouTube, listen to their advice, find stuff that relates to you and listen to them, because they know what they're talking about. I know a lot of it, me mentioning here mindfulness, me mentioning journaling, me mentioning meditation, all this stuff, it sounds like through whatever. I was in the same boat. I did not believe in any of this stuff until I started putting it into practice, because I was tired of how I was living. And I was like, fine, I will listen to you. Do it. Listen to your therapist, listen to your doctors, because this also goes for health, because they ultimately know what they're talking about. They know more than you. You're going to them for advice. Listen to them. If they're telling you to do something, it's because they genuinely want you to get better most of the time. But my doctor's recommendation of getting outside, and when I needed to start losing weight because my health was not great at all, I was very much the body positivity girl that was just like, we live in this plus size larger body, but it was holding me back from so much. I couldn't even walk to the park with my kids. And it took me actually listening to my doctor to make these choices that now I've lost 110 pounds and I can walk to the park with my kids. I can run with my kids. I can make better eating choices. I can feed our family better. And all of that came from actually listening to my doctor. So listen to your doctors. Now, number 10 for you today is one of the best ones on the list. It's gonna help you really self-reflect. It's gonna help you actually learn about yourself. And it's gonna be celebrating small wins. I know most of the time we're looking for the next big thing. We're celebrating, if you're a content creator, hitting 10K on social media, but then you're moving on to the next thing so quickly. And you're like, now I'm gonna hit 15, now I'm gonna hit 20, or whatever it is in life, you're losing the weight. You're like, I've lost over 100 pounds, but sometimes I still get so caught up in the, well, I haven't lost X amount of weight, or whatever it is. Getting sober, me mentioning getting sober, celebrating these small wins is going to help you feel so much better about yourself, because you have something to feel successful about. You have something to feel good about yourself for. And it doesn't have to be big things. It can be that you actually woke up with your alarm today. Something that I used to do was I would make a list of all the small things I did during the day. All of them, every single thing. Sometimes it'd be a full page of stuff that I did during the day that I wanted to feel proud of myself for. And that started because I would always have to-do lists. I'm a to-do list girly through and through. And what I used to do is I would add stuff to my to-do list. If I had this set of 5 things, but I did 7 more, I would write them on there so that I could celebrate checking them off, because it just feels so good to feel productive. And not every day is going to be wildly productive. Not every day is going to be this magical day where you have all of your spoons and you're just good to go and you hit all your marks. But there are still things to celebrate no matter what. Because if you are depressed, but you took a shower, that's huge. My mom makes jokes sometimes. I don't take them personally, but she can tell my mental health is going down when I stop showering every day. That's like a telltale sign for me that I am no longer taking care of myself, is when I'm not showering every single day. I remember in 2020, I lived with her after my divorce. I started showering every day. She basically threw me a celebration because she could tell how much better I was doing just because of the little things I was adding into my day to improve on myself. They can be such small things. Celebrate these small wins and you will feel so much better about yourself. Now that's all 10 that I have for you today, but I have a few extras that I'm not gonna dive into, but that I think really helped me get to where I am today. Number 1, journaling. I know journaling is not for everybody, but there are so many different types of journaling out there. Take a look on YouTube. I started my journaling adventure on Pinterest just looking for things to write about. Some people junk journal, some people write their wins from the day, some people write about their goals, some people just do brain dumping. I'm a huge fan of brain dumping. There's a little suggestion for you. Another one would be decluttering and keeping a cleaner space. I'm not saying go full neat freak on this. I don't recommend that. I recommend living your life and not living in a constant state of, oh my God, my house isn't perfect. My house, if you saw it right now, I just cleaned up back here. It had crumbs. It had wrappers from my kids. It was a disaster, but I cleaned it up to have a little nice background for my YouTube video. But my house, if I showed you the rest of it, it's lived in. We love a lived in house, but you can declutter. Decluttering helps declutter your mind because there's less to do. Write a little checklist for yourself. You want to go through your clothes. Something I need to do right now is go through my summer clothes, put them away, put the winter clothes out. I haven't done that. I've been wearing the same hoodie all week because it's the only hoodie I have out and it's warm. So just decluttering little things. Don't go full on crazy with it, but little bits like that. Another thing is adding in low intensity physical activity. I'm not gonna go on a deep dive about how this is helpful, how it can lose weight, how you can do whatever. I'm just saying that doing something that you enjoy, finding something that you truly enjoy, will benefit you. Mine was a Zumba class. I had to cancel my gym membership, not doing the Zumba anymore, but the Zumba class was so fun. There's Zumba on YouTube. There's tons of videos on YouTube. I'll link some of my favorite YouTube workout girlies. It's Grow with Joe and MK Fit. Those are my two favorites. So fun. MK Fit does dancing videos and I get kind of embarrassed doing them. I don't do them when my boyfriend's home because I'm not a dancer. I know, I don't even want to know what I look like when I'm doing them. But Grow with Joe has a bunch of walking workouts and I used to do those every single day because they're low impact, they're easy, they go by fast. They're like 20, 25, 30 minutes. They're easy to do. And most of all, they're free. Just support them on social media. If you're gonna be watching these creators on YouTube, make sure you're supporting them on social media because they deserve it. Watch their ads too. My last little extra tidbit, reach out when you need support. Don't expect people to come to you. No one knows how you're actually doing inside. There have been so many points in my life where nobody knew how sad I actually was. Or if they did, they didn't say anything because they didn't want to overstep. Reach out when you need help. Friends, none of your family that are actually worth your time will make you feel worse. They will help lift you up. I used to not lean on my friends or family at all. I used to be very independent until some kind of transition happened in my life until I got divorced and I had to lean on other people. I had to do it to get by. And from there on, I check in with my friends. Sometimes I'll just check in about myself and just let them know that I'm doing okay. You check in with them, they check in with you, everything works out. Now, that's all I have to share with you today. These are the habits that are going to transform your mental health. I promise you, if you incorporate any of these into your life, you are gonna find out more about yourself, you're gonna feel better, your mental health is going to lift you up. I promise you that. They help. Start with one of these things. Just pick one, add it to your day, see how it goes, add it to your week, add it to your month, keep it going, and watch yourself grow. Watch yourself learn about yourself, and just learn to fall in love with yourself. These are the things that help me fall in love with myself, find confidence, find peace, find clarity in life. And I can't recommend them enough. So I hope you like them. If you like this video, if you liked any of these tips, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment your favorite tip if you made it this far. Let me know where you are on your own mental health journey. I would love to know. And I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.